If you are looking for a gaming PC that's going to perform great right now, is very upgradable over time, and is also future-proof, then this video is going to be for you. I will show you the best gaming PC build that you can get for 1440p and 1080p that you can upgrade down the line, but also have an amazing gaming experience right now. All the links to this PC will be down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. So first, I'm going to start talking about the specifications for this computer, and then I will explain to you the level of performance that you will get. That way, if you are a beginner and you're looking to buy a new system, you are going to be able to understand the level of performance that you are getting. Anyway, for the CPU, we have the Ryzen 5 7600. I built an entire system with this CPU, and honestly, it's amazing when it comes to gaming right now, and it's also very upgradable over time because you are on the AM5 platform, which means that down the line, if you want to upgrade to the fastest CPU, which is the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, you can do it without having to change the motherboard. And the reason why is because the 7800X3D is also on the AM5 platform. And when it comes to gaming performance right now, you can expect well over 240 plus FPS on average at 1440p resolution esports games, where you will have a higher percentage of CPU utilization. Then for the motherboard, we have the MSI Pro B650P. This is a micro ATX motherboard. That's a really good deal, in my opinion, in terms of price to performance. It's a really good motherboard. Now, it's nothing too crazy, so do not expect plenty of features, but it's definitely going to be enough for gaming right now. And here you have more than one M.2 slot, which means that down the line, if you need more storage, you can upgrade easily. Then for the memory kit, we have 32 GB of RAM of DDR5 memory. This is 6000 MHz CL30 timings, and 32 GB of RAM is going to be enough for gaming, content creation, and streaming right now, and also for gaming down the line. It's really good right now, and it's also very upgradable. If you want more storage down the line, you can add more and get 64 GB of RAM. Then for the storage, we have a 1TB of SSD. This is Gen 4 SSD. 1TB is usually enough. The reason why I didn't pick 2TB is because storage is very expensive right now, but if you want to upgrade down the line because you need more storage, as I said before, the motherboard has more than one M.2 slot, meaning that you can always upgrade easily if you need more than 2TB. Then for the graphics card, which is the most important component for gaming, I went with the RX 6800. This graphics card is amazing for 1440p resolution right now, and it has 16 GB of RAM, which makes it not only an amazing GPU for 1440p at the moment, but also a very good GPU for 1440p into the future, and of course 1080p. At 1440p on high to ultra settings in high demanding titles, you can expect around 80 plus FPS on average, or even more depending on the game and depending on the settings. And at 1080p, you can expect well over 110 FPS in this type of games. As I said before, if you are going to play games like Valorant, Fortnite, CS2, and this type of titles, you can expect well over 240 plus FPS on average in competitive settings. So as you can see, in terms of performance, you are getting an amazing system for 1440p and 1080p resolution that can run any game with no issues and no stutters. Then for the case, we have the Fantex XT Pro Ultra. This one has 4 pre-installed fans and is $70. In my opinion, this is one of the best cases in terms of price to performance in the market, because if you get a case with no fans, you have to 1. Install them yourself, and 2. It can become quite expensive depending on the fans that you buy. So here you already have 4 pre-installed, and on top of that, you get amazing airflow with the front mesh panel. In my opinion, it looks amazing, and honestly, the price is very decent because even though it's not cheap, it's definitely not on the expensive side. And last but not least, we have the power supply, and I went with the GF1 850 watt 80 plus gold power supply, which is going to be amazing not only for this build, which requires much less than 850 watts, but also for the future. If you want a higher end GPU that's going to require more power, for example the RTX 4080 Super, you can just swap the graphics card and not worry about the wattage requirement, because 850 watts is going to be enough for most graphics cards in the entire market except for the RTX 4090. And the total price for this system when I'm recording this video is $1,028, and if you have more money to spend, you have 2 options. The first option is prioritizing performance right now, which is the option I recommend you because the system is already upgradable over time. So this is my favorite upgrade, and you get the RX 7800 XT instead of the RX 6800 for the graphics card, so you can expect around 20% faster gaming performance, and at 1440p high to ultra settings, instead of achieving 80 plus FPS on average, you can expect over 93 FPS. And if we are talking about 1080p, you can expect around 130 plus FPS on average, and remember, I'm talking about high to ultra settings on high demanding titles. In terms of esports shooters, you can expect the same, around 240 plus FPS on average, or even more depending on the game and settings. The total price for this system with this upgrade is $1,128, so $100 more and you get around 20% faster performance. But if you just want more upgradeability over time and you do not care much about the performance right now and you are already happy with the 6800, then I recommend you upgrading the motherboard to the MSI Mag B650 Tomahawk. This is more of a high-end motherboard that has more features than the last one and is fully ATX to match the case size. And then I went with a Thermalright Peerless Assassin for the CPU cooler, which is definitely not needed for the Ryzen 5 7600, since you can get away with the stock cooler from AMD, which is free, and that's the one I went with for the other build. But this CPU cooler is going to be enough for a Ryzen 7 7800X3D, so if you decide to upgrade down the line, you will already have the cooler, which is a nice thing to have. And then I changed the power supply to another 850 watt power supply, this time from NZXT. The total price for this system, if you make this upgrade, is $1,156, but as I said before, I recommend you prioritizing gaming performance right now because the other system is already very upgradable and future-proof, so you might as well get better performance at the moment. But of course, it comes down to your needs and your budget. And then if you must have Nvidia on your upgrade, instead of getting the 7800 XT, then get the RTX 4070, which is going to perform about the same as the 7800 XT, but you get an Nvidia graphics card that might be better for your specific favorite games, or if you want to do content creation and you know that Nvidia will work better with your specific video editing software. If you make this upgrade with the 4070, you can expect to spend around under $1,200 at around $1,180 and get amazing 1440p gaming performance. If you are enjoying this video, leave a like and subscribe, is going to help the channel a lot and it only takes like 2 seconds. And if you need personal PC help and you want me to help you out for free, that's the top link in the description, where you fill out a form and you answer some of the questions that I have for you for me to send you the best PC possible. Because trust me, when someone tells me I just have $1,000 to spend and you want to play Cyberpunk 2077, that's not enough information. I need to know where you live, I need to know your max budget, I need to know whether you want a pre-built PC or a PC build, the exact games that you play, the resolution, and many other things. So yes, it's a process, but I want to give you the best PC for your specific situation. And if you have a different budget, you can watch my video on the best PC builds of the month for every budget and every resolution. That video is going to be in the top right of the screen. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.